students. So UC-GPC's job is to advocate for graduate and professional students at the UC system level. So for example, if there is some kind of policy change that students would like to have, they can contact UC-GPC and get in touch with them and advocate for something that they want to see changed or something they want to make happen. UC-GPC also does state level advocacy and federal advocacy, just generally for graduate students. And we also belong to the Grad Coalition. So this is a nationwide organization that advocates for graduate students. And they actually in contact with the Grad Caucus from the government, and they develop legislative priorities for the caucus, organize events, for example, issue briefings. In fact, they are going to have an issue briefing, I think, next week or the week after, sometime soon. It's coming up soon. And so they make suggestions to the Grad Caucus on, once again, policy changes and advocate for graduate students. So this is the wide picture. And coming back down to GSA, specifically, I wanted to talk about some of the traditions that we have. We have General Student Council meetings or GSC meetings, and this is once a month. And so GSC meetings is open to everybody, not just graduate students, but alumni, faculty, administration, even community members. They are hybrid meetings, both online and in person. And so this is the time when we talk about all kinds of issues around the graduate student experience. And this is when we also vote on things. And additionally, we have weekly newsletters where we send out information about upcoming events or whatever is going on campus that we would like to pass down to graduate and professional students. We have 10 standing committees within GSA. So these are the committees that are working on, for example, allocating money from our budget or updating our bylaws or putting together resolutions and stuff like this. So we have 10 different committees within GSA. And so this committee is mostly composed of the representatives from the departments or special organizations, but it can also include regular graduate students who are just interested in joining this committee. We administer travel grants to students to go to conferences and present their research. And also this travel grant applies to students who have original artwork that they would like to present. So not just research, but original work that relates to their degree. We also have a community engagement grant, and this is for events where graduate students engage the community in some way. So for example, one of the departmental organizations does Brain Awareness Day every single year, once a year, where they invite high school students from the area to our campus, and they show them brain stuff and labs and all kinds of neuroscience stuff. So this is one example of a community engagement event that graduate students hold. And we register and re-register all the departmental graduate student associations and special interest student organizations as well. Okay, I don't know how to keep going here. Sorry. Okay, so this is just a picture of us during one of our hybrid meetings. This was actually an executive board meeting. Some of us were in person in our office, and then some people were online. So this is just a picture for fun. These are our upcoming meetings. If you are interested, you can actually apply already because it's open to anybody. So you don't have to be a current student yet. You can just log in on Zoom and listen in on what we are talking about, what are the other things are going on campus. And so this is the schedule. The next one coming up is going to be November 1st in the hub or online at this link, and it's always at 7 p.m. I forgot to put that on the website on this link, but it's always at 7 p.m. So usually it's from 7 to 9. Sometimes we leave earlier, but it is scheduled from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. On these dates. Okay, so these are our GSC meetings. And so there is also a union on our campus for students who are working on campus. And so this slide is basically just explaining how we are different from the union. So our union represents graduate and professional workers for for their work experiences, like job-related experiences, for example, salary negotiations. And GSC represents graduate and professional students through their student experiences. So that means some kind of issues around class experiences, or maybe like mentorship. If students have issues with mentorship, we can advocate for them, or policies that relate to graduate students about their qualifying exams or stuff like this. And so there is a lot of overlap between the issues that we cover. For example, one common issue is housing. Graduate students are affected by housing, both in their educational experience as well as work experience. Okay. So last year, these were our projects. We continuously work on multiple projects, but we always like to pick a few for our focus for that year. And so last year, one of our projects was community building. We were working on writing a graduate student bill of rights. As of right now, we don't have an official graduate student bill of rights that's accepted by and signed by administration. So we wanted to make this official. That's what we were working on. And then we also wanted to increase advocacy from UCR graduate students on our campus. And so how did we achieve these goals? The community building happened through re-registering organizations and bringing them into GSA, and actually registering new organizations so they can become part of GSA. And also we had a grad bash 3 times last year. It's usually at the end of the quarter, during the last week of the quarter, and it's basically just a big party for all graduate students from all departments all over the campus. And so the fall party was in the hub, the Highlander Union building on our campus. The winter one was the Getaway Cafe. This is a cafe / bar near campus where we usually go to, and they like to house us. They have really good pizza, if anybody is interested. And then our spring grad bash was also on campus in the hub. And so this is basically just a really big party for all grad students, and they can play games, and we usually have food, and they can mingle with each other and network and make new friends. It's usually very popular. So this was one aspect how we try to help with community building. And as I mentioned, the other one was bringing in organizations into GSA so they are registered with us. And so this was just a preamble for our graduate student bill of rights that we completed last year. It is currently going through review by administration. So hopefully it will be finalized and rectified this year. That's going to be our big goal, that it is signed by the chancellor, so it is made official. So this is the preamble. I'm not going to read it through. It's a lot of words, but you will get the slides if you want to read it. So that's what we were working on. And then advocacy. We went to Washington, D.C. last year, a few of us from GSA. And so we met with the office representatives for Senators Alex Padilla and Dianne Feinstein. And we also met with Mark Takano, who is the House rep for our district for UCR. And so we advocated for housing issues, disability issues, and for DACA, we advocated for DACA students. Those were the three topics that we picked for our advocacy trip. And we would like to go again this year, and hopefully we can also go to Sacramento, additionally to Washington, D.C. Somehow last year, it just didn't work out with the timing. Most of us were doing our qualifying exams, and somehow it just didn't work. Nobody was available. So we didn't go to Sacramento. We just went to Washington, D.C. But we are planning on doing 2 trips this year. Okay. And so the projects we picked for this year that we would like to advocate for are housing, disability and mental health issues among graduate and professional students, and finding a permanent place for GSA. This is a campus-specific issue. Let me go back to our schedule here. So if you noticed, our graduate council meetings are at different places. Sometimes they are online only. Online only. For example, for April 3rd, I didn't find any kind of space where we could meet, or October 4th. And then December and January, they are online because sometimes students leave by that time for winter break, or they might not be back yet for January 3rd. So these are the 2 times where it's online only. But the rest of them, as you can see, it keeps changing because we don't have a permanent space right now for GSA. So we just like scheduled meetings in really large rooms wherever we could find them on campus. But we made it one of our goals this year to work with administration and the Highlander Union Building to maybe find a place where we can always meet, and it would be the same place all the time. So that was one of our current projects, finding a permanent place for GSA. Okay, and so why is it good to have CSE departmental GSA, meaning why is it beneficial for departments to or special organizations to register with us? One reason is because it's socialization and community. So the representatives can, or actually anybody can attend our council meeting and network with other students from other departments. Once you start your program, you usually don't meet students from other departments. And so this is a really good way to meet with other students. And so you have kind of a more broad view of what graduate students are doing in chemistry and philosophy and history, not just in the department that you are in. So socialization and community and networking. And so to achieve these community goals, GSA provides funding for departmental GSAs to hold member meetings. It is between $300 to $500 a year, which can be used for one big meeting once a year or split up into 3 different quarters, however the department would like to use it. Another benefit is participating in graduate student council meetings. And so this is important because this is when we hear about the issues that graduate students bring forward that they want us to advocate for. So we really just need to hear from our constituents and know what we need to represent them for and advocate for. So this is actually important that they come and tell us whatever issues they have. And we have other funding opportunities, for example, conference travel grant and the community engagement grant for departments. And so these are from our bylaws. For example, the department reps, also called mini GSAs, represent departments or special organizations. If they have under graduate students within the department, they get 1 rep, meaning 1 vote. But if they have over 50 students within that department, so like larger departments need more representation, so they have 2 representations and 2 votes. Each department is eligible for a meeting budget, which is what I just talked about in the previous slide, between $300 to $500. And they also have departmental conference co-sponsorship. So if the department would like to put on some kind of a conference, they can get partially funded by us. Last year, for example, there was an art exhibition it was actually a collaboration between one of the artistic departments and I think one of the scientific departments. They wanted to be able to display art that has to do with science. So it was either created by scientists or about some kind of a scientific research or endeavor or something like that. So that's an example of, for example, a departmental conference co-sponsorship that they could apply for. And it doesn't have to be just one department. It could be multiple departments together. And the community outreach fund, I have already talked about. It's basically the stuff that grad students do with, for example, high school students, if they invite them on our campus and have some kind of an informational event for them. And so the criteria to get the funding is attending all GSC meetings, or if they cannot attend meetings, then they can send a proxy. Obviously, sometimes people are busy and they can't attend. So as long as they send a proxy for themselves, it all counts. And so the reason for this is because we do have to meet quorum in order to vote on things and allocate funding for all this stuff. It needs to be voted on. And so we need to have a minimum of 50+1 members. And so attendance is actually very important at council meetings. And I think that's my last slide. Yes. So thank you so much for listening to me, and let me know if you have any kind of questions about any of this.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I learned a lot. I didn't know you, for one thing, I didn't know you invited undergraduates in to the meetings and everything. So that'll be awesome for undergrads I talk to know. Does anyone have any questions? Right. And I know some people joined late, and I also, oh yeah, that access to the slides or meeting notes. So we can definitely send those out. I'll send out the recording if that's okay with you, Yvette.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I know I started a little bit late, but I don't think we missed too much. And of course, I'm sure they can reach out to you and your officers as well if they have questions.
Yeah, actually, I can put my email in the chat. Let's see. ucr.gsc.president@gmail.com. Okay, this is my email address. If anybody wants to reach out, and you know what, let me download these slides, and I think I'll just post it in the chat to make sure that everybody has it, but I need to download it. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. That would be perfect. I know, and I love that you have something for everybody. You have something for the STEM majors, for all of those grants and everything you're applying for, and something for the humanities majors, and just it's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. In fact, we are very happy if different kinds of students are joining us from different special interest groups and departments. The more the merrier, right?
Yeah, when you said that they could submit creative projects, I was like, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
MFA students and all.
Okay, I think, let me see. Open. Okay, I think. All right, it's uploading the presentation to the chat.
Okay, perfect. And then I'll email it as well to the registrants who weren't able to attend today, because I know some of them register in hopes that they can attend and then they end up not being able to.
Yeah. Okay, does anybody have any questions about anything we do or anything? Can be very specific to a department. I might not be able to answer, but I'll try. Oh, and I think the presentation posted, or at least on my end, it looks like it was posted. Not at the moment. Okay, all right. I came in late, unfortunately, but are there opportunities for psychology PhD students? Yes, absolutely. I'm actually also in the psychology department. And so the psych department is also a part of GSA. So you will have a representative, or if you are courageous, you can become a representative and then come and join GSA that way. Or you can also just sign up for a committee. So UCR has a shared government model. And they have a lot of these academic senate committees or other committees that are involving students. And they always invite graduate students on pretty much all of their committees. So we are allowed to contribute to the discussion and share our opinions. And so I usually send out 1 million emails at the beginning of the quarter. Like right now, the past 2 weeks, I sent 50 million emails to everybody looking for students for these committees. So if you are interested in anything, for example, within the academic senate, there is an opportunity to be on a committee. So you can also contribute that way. Okay.
And can undergraduates join committees too, or just attend?
The undergraduates can join some of the committees, but they go through ASUCR. So
Oh, okay.
they have a separate student government. It's called ASUCR. And so they also join a lot of the committees as well.
Okay, awesome.
Yes. Okay, let's see. Is the fee waiver applicable for international students?
Oh yeah, sorry, that's a question for me
Okay.
about the open house. You can ignore that. I'll put more
Oh,
information.
okay. Okay. You're welcome.
Alrighty. Any of All right, so oop, I posted the wrong link in there. Let's see.
Oh, fee discount. Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, sorry about that. This is the right link
Okay.
to the students who are asking about the fee waiver. Nope, that's still not, it's not copying the link. If you go to the program or to their website, for some reason it's not letting me copy and paste right now, the correct link, but it's all of the list of the academic program sessions. Those ones qualify you for the fee waiver. It could be any of them, you just have to attend one. Obviously recommend attending the one that you're actually interested in. If they're not listed there, that means the program isn't participating in this open house, unfortunately. And so we can't give you a fee waiver for non-participating programs. And I keep saying fee waiver, it is just a $40 discount, not the full waiver. But there are options to apply. And yes, international students are eligible for the fee discount of $40. Alrighty.
Oh, speaking of international students, we actually also represent international students. So we are in contact with the International Student Office, and we have a representative who transmits information back and forth.
Oh, awesome. Okay, that's really needed. I know we have a lot of international students and it's so specific. All right. Well, I can hang on for a few more minutes. Yvette, if you can hang on, if anyone has any questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if not, I think that concludes the session. So thank you all. Don't forget about your afternoon sessions. Check your registration summary. You should also be getting 1-hour reminders. But if you run into any technical difficulties, again, email us at the APRO email and we'll help you out. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks for attending.
Thank you so much, Yvette, for doing. I know we started planning a little last minute, so thank you for being available.
It's okay.
And honestly, I did learn so we do summer internship programs for undergraduates, paid research internships.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know that they could attend the graduates sessions.
Council meetings. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be so. I'm wondering if almost we could do a field trip, quote unquote, with them and bring our summer participants to one of your Zoom meetings and just like watch the interactions. So.
You know what? We actually don't have council meetings during the summer.
Oh, right. Maybe we can do it during the academic year, though. We'll round them all up and bring them after.
Yeah, that would be really great. And we actually usually invite administration, like sometimes the vice chancellor or student affairs comes and then explains things. Sometimes the graduate dean comes and explains something new if there is something new happening. So we always invite administration as well.
Oh, okay. Wow. They'll learn so much. I'll probably learn a lot too. I don't know. Oh, for field trips? Honestly, I'm not quite sure for just all undergraduates. I would recommend reaching out to, oh, that's a good question. There's not really one central place to reach out to. I would just look at all of the affinity groups, all of the different departments on campus. I'm sure like African student programs, Asian Pacific Islander student programs do field trips. TRIO, EOPS, all of those probably do field trips. The one that I was referring to is our summer internship program. We don't really do field trips. That was like a misnomer on my part, but we do. Oh, okay. So if you're in TRIO, you can always pitch the idea to TRIO. They usually have some money in reserve for like. I used to work for TRIO as an undergrad. And yeah, we used to take students to just like little rodeos and stuff. I was out in New Mexico, so that's what we did for fun, or like hikes. Um, but otherwise, I mean, there's so many opportunities for undergrads to get out there. Even the student rec center, if you're into backpacking or hiking, they'll do some field trips. You get to meet people. Um, so yeah, it's exciting, but always pitch the idea to TRIO and to your programs and say, hey, can we do a field trip and go tour another college or something? And they'll just see if they have money, and if not, maybe you can request it. Oh, well, if you're looking for it, browse our site. We do offer the paid summer research internships for all levels of students. Let me send you information. I think we're going to go over it in one of the sessions, I believe. But here's that. They are designed just to prepare you for graduate school. You do get a $4,500 stipend. And we'll send this information out to all registrants of Open House too via email in our follow-up email. It's going to be a massive email, but but yeah, look into that. It's a really good program. We host it. Yes, so you get paid $4,500. You get matched one-on-one with a faculty mentor. You do 8 weeks of research under that faculty mentor, along with workshops designed to prepare you just for all things graduate school. So, MISRIP, mentoring summer research intern. It sounds like miserable, but it's not. I promise. Awesome. Yes. Yeah, we're opening up applications for that in November. So hopefully I see your application in there. All of y'all should apply. We even have ones for graduating seniors. So even if you're graduating in the upcoming like spring, you can still apply to participate after graduation in the summer. So, alrighty. Well, if there are any more questions, any questions about the internships now that I brought it up, or questions for Yvette? All right. Well, I think we're good to close out the session. I'll give you all back 20 minutes of your day to go take a break before your next sessions. Thank you so much, Yvette.
Thank you so much.